So today we will start our chapter named quadratic equation. Okay. So if you'll talk about the standard form of quadratic equation, you will observe it is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. And here you have to take care of certain conditions, that is a, b, c belongs to real number, and you have one more condition, that a cannot be equal to 0. The moment a will become 0 now, this quadratic equation end up being linear or constant. Okay, so you have these two conditions for quadratic equation. Okay, now previously we have studied how to find the zeros. Okay, as we know that this is quadratic equation, so we will have two zeros, alpha and beta. In previous classes we also learned about how to find out these zeros. Okay, so the thing is, to find out alpha and beta we can take help of Sridharacharya rule or quadratic formula. You know these things. So it is minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Okay. Now this b square minus 4ac is also called as discriminant. Discriminant means it is a factor which is used to discriminate between the roots. Okay, so we can also write this thing as minus b plus minus root d by 2a. Okay, now we will go with the first part, that is sum of zeros. Sum of zeros. So it is alpha plus beta. You know that first 0 was minus b plus root d by 2a, plus second 0 was minus b minus root d by 2a. Okay, and we have to add these two things. So the moment you will observe the denominator now, you will figure out it is 2a only. Okay, so we need not to bother about the LCM. It is minus b plus root d minus b minus root d. Now you can observe that this d, root d and minus root d will get neutralized, and we will be left with minus of 2b by 2a, and the final result is minus b by a. So from now onwards, the moment if someone will ask you what is sum of zeros, it is minus of b by a. Comfortable? Now we will figure out the second entity, like product of zeros. Product of zeros. Product of zeros is alpha into beta. You know that minus b plus root d by 2a, this is the first 0. Now we have second 0, minus b minus root d by 2a. Now can I take minus common from this part and put it inside this box? Okay, so it will look like b minus root d into b plus root d by 4a square. Is that okay? Now you can observe that here we have a plus b into a minus b, so it is a square minus b square. So we have b square minus root d square, that is d. So we have 4a square, है ना? Now so we have b square as b square, and we know that d is b square minus 4ac, 4a square. Now look at this. Now we will open this bracket. So b square minus b square plus 4ac by 4a square. Now this thing vanish. So we are left with 4ac by 4a square. This 4 gone, and this a gone. So we are left with c by a. Now if someone will ask you what is product of zeros, you will answer c by a. Is that okay? Now we have third important thing in this part, that is difference of zeros. Difference of zeros. So now try to understand what is difference. So first try to understand this thing. So if I'll ask you what is 4 minus 2, you will answer it is 2. If I'll ask 2 minus 4, you will answer minus 2. But the moment I'll ask you find difference between 2 and 4, you will answer it is 2. Means the difference should be magnitude wise, it should be positive only. Okay, so bigger minus smaller. Now you also can say that, sir, how we will decide that which one is bigger and which one is smaller? Like we don't know alpha value will provide us bigger root or smaller root, है ना? So we will go with this part. Suppose that I am talking about alpha minus beta whole square. So we want alpha minus beta to be positive, but we are not able to figure out this thing. So what we did alpha minus beta whole square. So this means 100% we will get positive thing, and then later we will take root and we will fix that the root should be positive only. Okay. Now you can write this thing as alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. Now if you'll observe this equation, now we guys are comfortable with sum of zeros alpha plus beta. We guys are comfortable with alpha beta. We guys are not comfortable with alpha square plus beta square. So we will try to manipulate this thing in that form. So we can write this part as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta minus 2 alpha beta. So it is alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Comfortable? And you also know that sum of zeros alpha plus beta, sum of zeros is minus of b by a. So if minus of b by a, so it is square, so b square by a square. Now 4 times product of zeros is c by a. Now look at this. Now we will take LCM. So if we will have a square and then b square minus 4ac. Now do you remember that you have seen this b square minus 4ac? This is discriminant d, है ना? So we got this situation, but it is alpha minus beta whole square. Now we have to take root. Okay, so alpha minus beta, so you will think that we will have root d by a. Now try to understand this part. You, like if I'll ask you that what is sum of zeros, you will directly answer that it is minus of b by a. You will skip the whole process of finding that result minus b by a. If I'll ask you to find out product of zeros, you will directly answer c by a. You will skip whole process. Now here also if I'll ask you to find out the difference, no, and if you will answer this result root d by a, it would become wrong. Why? Try to understand. Like you can manage this root d, you can fix this thing to be positive, but you cannot decide na कि they will provide you a as leading coefficient as positive only. Like there is a chance that they may ask you 2x square plus 4x plus 5. Okay, so in this situation you will end up taking a as minus 2, but you cannot do that. So to remove this problem we will fix a to be in mod. Okay, so what we have studied: sum of zeros minus b by a, product of zeros c by a, and difference of zeros is root d by mod a.